I think it's just what's happening. With everything going on at the state level in South Carolina about school choice and whatever, and how you feel about that's beside the point. I think there was talks on Capitol Hill, whatever you want to call it in South Carolina, in Columbia, about the state taking over the oversight from the high school league of high school athletics, basically. So instead of the high school league running it, it would be lawmakers, people in Columbia making these decisions. Okay. That caught, that started getting pushed out a year, 2 years ago, maybe. It really started catching wind, people talking about it, yada, yada. I think the high school league kind of opened the door to some of those schools. And I'm just going to say this. A lot of those people that go to those schools probably have, representatives or whoever, friends, whoever in circles that can influence a certain decision, right? If the state were to take over, let's just say it might be an easier route for charter schools or private schools or things like that to get what they want, is how I'll put it. And I think that the high school league felt a lot of that pressure, like, oh crap, we're about to lose all of our control over high school sports. Here, we just give them a cookie now, and maybe they'll kind of back off. You know what I mean? So they kind of open the door to allowing some of these things to happen so they don't lose control over high school athletics in the state, that kind of thing. But anyway, that's a whole other can of worms. We won't get into all that right now. But
that'd be a good off-season topic.
Yeah. But it's a realignment year, long as get back to the point. I think we'll stay 3, but
yeah, there's some schools out here that actually, we talked about this some before too. They'll opt up because there may be a school district that has 8 high schools in it. To make it simpler on the athletic side, travel and stuff, they might have their smaller schools have to play. They got 5A enrollment numbers, but they make them play 6A so they can put them all in the same district. And then they can match up schedules and travel times aren't as bad and yada, yada. But I think some of the grumblings that I've heard is that some of those schools might actually get to play down true to their enrollments because obviously they've been getting their teeth kicked in or whatever the situation. Other than DeSoto, which is the team we would have played next week, they have 5A numbers, but they've been balling out in 6A the last, I don't even know, decade probably. So yeah, they're one of those national kind of powerhouses. That's who we would have crossed paths with next week. When I got home from the game and watched the replay on the Victory Plus or whatever, and then fell asleep a quarter in, woke up. My youngest son, not the baby, but the other younger one, he was already watching it at 7:00 this morning. Already watching the replay. He's a film junkie.
There you go.
And then he wanted to watch it again after church today. It's like, buddy, I can only handle watching this back so many times because we still got to go in tomorrow morning and do the stats and stuff for it and do highlights for our guys getting recruited and stuff. I don't want to relive this a million times. Like
you're entering that period that I think I just got kind of out of, that week or 2 weeks, a month, however long after the season, where it's kind of like, well, what do I do now? Which I know y'all have to coach 2 sports, right? So you kind of have.
Yeah.
Are you doing basketball again, or are you moving?
I'm not doing basketball. I'm doing powerlifting, so it's still a winter sport. We normally, because it's football coaches that coach it, kind of wait till football's done, and then we'll kind of get the powerlifting. But we don't start meets and stuff with powerlifting until later in January or early February. So it'll just be the powerlifters getting their morning lift in about 7:00. And then we'll start off season with the freshmen about 8:00, and then we'll start off season with the 8th period guys. Yes, that's kind of just the era that we're moving into. But yeah, the basketball days are done for now, and excited to see what this powerlifting is like.
And so you kind of have something that you're moving into. So
yeah, that does help. Like years past, as soon as football's done, the next day.
Yeah,
we played last night and lost. It's weird because it's a Saturday game, so Sunday I'd be good still, but Monday morning I'd be coaching freshman basketball or JV whatever the scenario was for my responsibility. So yeah, that's a quick switch up.
Yeah.
In years past, there's always been a tournament like the day after we get lost out of the playoffs or whatever. I got to coach a tournament the next day, but not this year though. We're moving on to powerlifting and doing some exit meetings and stuff like that over the next week or two, and start our weightlifting testing, so that When we come back from Christmas break, we got all maxes on our guys, and we start the program, start getting lifts in, and getting ready for next year. So it goes fast, dude.
That